Hi, I'm Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 3, Section 4, number 30, which reads 3x plus b equals 5x minus 7, 3y plus c equals 5y minus 7. In the equation above, b and c are constants. b is c minus 1/2. Which of the following is true? So, what you see here is that we've got three variables, but only two equations when you first look at it, but actually you wind up with three equations. Now, if you have three variables and three equations, you are actually able to solve the equation, but this takes a little forethought. You've got to see that the equation is b minus c equals 1/2, and then the answer choices are in terms of x and y. So in other words, what we've got to get rid of is b and c and just be left with x and y. So what to do first? So since b is c minus 1/2, it looks like what we have here is a substitution problem. In place of b, we put c minus 1/2, and let's see where that gets us. So we've got 3x plus b. In place of b, I'm going to put c minus 1/2. Equals 5x minus 7. And then we've got also 3y plus c equals 5y minus 7. Okay, so what we could see here is that we could also simplify the equation a little bit. Here we get c minus 1/2, if we subtract 3x from both sides, equals 2x minus 7. Okay, and then we could further simplify it by adding your half to each side. We get c equals 2x minus 6 1/2. And then we could isolate c on this equation as well. We get c equals 2y minus 7. And now, since we've got c isolated in both equations, you would set the equations equal to each other. Another way to think of this is substitution. Since c equals 2y minus 7, on the equation on the left, in place of c, I put 2y minus 7. And what I get is 2y minus 7 equals 2x minus 6 1/2. And now I'm going to have my answer in terms of x and y. Another thing to keep in mind is your answer choices. In your answer choices, x is isolated. So we want to get x isolated in each answer choice. So if I add 6 1/2 to both sides, then I get 2y minus 1/2 equals 2x. And in order to get the x alone in the equation, what I actually have to do is, it's dividing the equation by 2, but you've got a fraction in there. So maybe an easier way to think of it is multiplying the whole equation by 1/2. And if you multiply it by 1/2, what you get is x equals, it's going to be minus 1/4, and it's going to be y minus 1/4. X equals y minus 1/4, and you have your answer A, and that is your correct answer. There is another way to solve this equation, which we will look at. You could pick numbers for this equation. Let's see exactly how that would go. So what we'd want to do is you never want to pick a number for the variable that's alone. So looking at this equation, if b is c minus 1/2, we could make, let's say we make c equal 1/2. In that case, b is going to equal 0. So it looks like that's going to be pretty easy to work with. And then what I've got is 3x plus 0, so I'm not even going to write that down, equals 5x minus 7. So then if I subtract 3x from both sides, I get 0 equals 2x minus 7. And then if I add 7 to both sides, I get 2x equals 7. Then divide both sides by 2. I get x equals 7/2. Plugging into the second equation, I have 3y plus c, which is 1/2, equals 5y minus 7. And now what I could do is I could subtract my 3y from both sides. I get 2y over here. I could add my 7 to both sides, equals 7 and 1/2. And now how would we do this? If we divide both sides by 2, and this is with calc math, so you could use your calculator, what you'd get is 2y, actually y. If you think of 7, it's half of 7 is 3.5. Half of a half is a quarter. So it's going to be 3.5 plus a quarter. So it's going to be 3 3/4. Now we look at our answer choices, and you can see this, it gets a little hairy picking numbers here. But we already saw before that our answer was A. So in place of x over here, I would put 7/2 equals y. In place of y, I put 3 3/4 minus 1/4. Well, if it's 3 7/2 equals 3 3/4 minus 1/4 is going to be 3 2/4, which is 3.5, and 7 over 2 does equal 3.5. So we just confirm that answer choice A is in fact our correct number. So algebra is the way that you'd want to just look at this, move forward with it. But you could pick numbers to fall back on if you are not sure how to do it algebraically, but in this case we see that it's quite time consuming. Let's see what a wrong answer looks like, and then we'll wrap it up. So if we put x in for answer choice B, then what you'd get is 7 over 2 equals y, which is 3 3/4 minus 1/2, and we could say that your half is 2/4. And then what we get is 7 over 2 equals 3 1/4, which you can see is not true. And it wouldn't work for answer choice C or D either. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has trouble with like crazy hard systems of equation questions. If you'd like to see any video shot from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, you can leave that in the comments as well. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.